Warner Media and Discovery.
AT&T sold them.
So AT&T and Warner Media and Discovery are joining forces in a $43 billion deal. So this will be interesting to see what happens with DC, because I mean that's all in Warner Media. I think you actually mentioned Mortal Kombat maybe in there.
There was some talks that because that some of that Warner Media owns NetherRealm Studios, so this could end up being. I mean, the merger said it's going to be more powerful than Disney and Netflix combined for streaming purposes because they're going to have like the most content. So this could be a real threat to Disney, especially with Disney being the new guy. Netflix has its veterancy, where people will probably keep Netflix even if they get this. But if anybody ditches something, Disney's probably the one to go.
Well, so that is some powerhouses because they have DC, which hadn't been doing very good, but they have Harry Potter franchise.
Game of Thrones.
They have the Game of Thrones franchise.
CNN, TNT.
So.
And like I said, some gaming studios are apparently going to be included. So this is going to... Now, I think this is good for one reason. While it's bad when these many companies come together, maybe Disney will stop effing up. Like, maybe some competition will make them look at Phase 4 and go, Marvel, you got to stop screwing up. You've got to stop screwing up. Do you know they put out an article recently where they said, the comics don't affect the show, so we don't care what they're doing with the comics? That's money lost. That's a money loss. So maybe this will make Disney go, all right, guys, it was nice while it lasted. We need you making Marvel stuff that people want to watch.
Yeah, I know. As soon as this happened, everybody was like, does this mean we're going to get the new DC movie, what's his name?
Black Superman?
the what did they call it? The Steinerverse or the
Snyderverse?
Snyder. That was what I was trying to think
They
of.
may decide to do it because they didn't
Snyderverse.
want to. Warner Media was trying their best not to do it, but
Yeah.
now that they're owned by Discovery could be like, you better make that damn.
Because a lot of people were wanting the Snyderverse. So.
And, well, here's the good news. Discovery needs to make its money back because this is expensive. This is a huge cost. So hopefully that'll make them go, yeah, you know what? We need you to be making money. But we're trying to send a message. That message better make money because we don't care. Make money. Because that's the only good thing about these monopolies forming is that maybe they will start to at least write better stuff. I'm not saying take out the message. I'm just saying please write a better story around it. Like, can we get a good story to go with it? Like, remember we had our interview recently, and one of the greatest things I ever heard was the statement that a good story will stand on its own. You can be as inclusive or political, whatever you want, if you can write a good story that engages people as well. So just try to write a good story, and then you might reach people with your message. So hopefully Discover will push them to actually. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Blood Axe.
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that because we had a wonderful interview yesterday with Alan Dean Foster, and that was a point that he harped on pretty well. That good storytelling trumps everything else. You can have your agendas in place, whether it be a strong feminine role, whether it be diversity, whatever. But with a good story, you can do it well, and the audience won't have any kind of division, well, minimal division, I should say. But the good story can get anything to work. And how many times have we said, we don't care what color you are, we don't care what race you are, gender, religion, I don't care. But if it's a good story, I'm going to watch it. And if it's not a good story, I'm not going to watch it. And then we get called being racist or sexist or whatever because it's a strong feminine presence. No, my favorite movie of all time has a feminine main character in Ripley in Aliens. My favorite film is not Star Wars, it's actually Aliens. So I don't look at that as a female-led film. I look at it as a good story. And good storytelling will be able to overcome anything that you want to be able to do if you have good writers.
But
I think that was a point that Mr. Foster made yesterday very well.
But let me say this, though. I can say this with all honesty, too. And I know, and you're a big Aliens fan, so you verify or deny me on this. That movie would not be as good if it did not have Ripley. I believe that Ripley is a huge part of why the Aliens movie was not just another alien guy, lone guy versus aliens. To me, it made the movie that it was Ripley. Like, I'm trying to imagine a guy in that role, and I'm getting all those B schlocky movies I didn't like. So to me, it's not only like that's a perfect example of not only was it a great story, but they made it so that the story was great because it was Ripley. Sigourney Weaver was amazing in that role.
Yeah, it wasn't a guy coming in saving the damsel in distress. No, it was someone who was put into a diverse situation. A lot of bad things were happening. She had something to fight for other than her own life. She was trying to protect this little girl, and she had basically lost her daughter earlier in the film. Spoiler alert. And so she was taking on the mantle of a mother again to protect Newt. And so, yeah, if it had been Hudson who had done this, okay, he's a soldier, he's trained, it's cool, he took out the Mother Queen, he's a badass. But, yeah, it would have been just another sci-fi film in the 80s.
Yeah, it wouldn't have
But
worked.
because it was a continuation of what we saw in 1979 with Alien, and then she did it again with an even bigger queen, bigger circumstances. No, you're right, it made the film. Plus, she had the training with the equipment to be able to make one of the most badass early mecha fights we've ever seen on film.
And you can check that interview out on our YouTube channel. And now we'll go back to the Discovery and Warner Brothers discussion. And so in the chat room here we have, what does Discovery have? So Discovery, it does Discovery Plus. Discovery Plus is streaming like Home and Garden TV, Food Network, stuff like that. So they have a lot more, I guess. This
Discovery Channel.
Yeah, the Discovery Channel, the Animal Planet, all that stuff. So, they have a different type of media. So with the merger of Warner Brothers and Warner Media,
apparently they're doing well. They had the money to buy Warner Brothers.
Oh well, dude. I mean, tons of housewives all over the place watch Home and Garden TV, man. Anyway,
I'm sure a lot of it was stock as well.
They also have A&E Networks, Lifetime.
Oh, they got Channel. Lifetime, then yeah, they do have a lot. History Channel. Those are actually big channels. But again, I'm sorry we got sidetracked, but we're just hoping, man. We're hoping that a competition will create better quality.
Yeah,
that's all we're saying. Simplified version.
Basically, this gives them more ground to compete with Disney that owns like the National Geographic stuff. So this gives them that side. They have the comic book side, DC versus Marvel, Discovery versus National Geographic. It's just a bigger
cancel Batwoman.
Oh,
and Supergirl.
Oh, there's so much stuff that could be done there, but we don't know.
Make money
we don't know if they're really going to change any kind of direction. They could go worse. They could go.
They
better.
paid too much money. I don't imagine they're going to let them keep hemorrhaging money after they paid 43. Was it million or billion? Like, I don't think they're going to sit up there and let them keep losing money like that.
I'm pretty sure it was billion. Billion.
You pay $43 billion. The first thing you're going to do is look at them and go like, so what's making money? Nothing. Get rid of all of that crap. We want money. Yeah, there it is. It was Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, so with IGN, this interview here, they did say that Warner Brothers Entertainment lists 11 different game studios, include everything from Warner Brothers Games to NetherRealm Studios, which is Mortal Kombat. Now, it is a little iffy on which parts of that are being bundled into Warner Media. They didn't really say. Apparently, AT&T is trying to hold on to some things. So we'll have to see when everything's finalized on what exactly is included in this.
If only they could have did this before the Mortal Kombat movie came out, we would have not got Cole, and we could have had Johnny goddamn Cage, because I'm pretty sure Discovery Channel will be like, hey, where's that guy? Which guy? The guy everyone likes and should be in the movie. Oh, we took him out to put in who? Cole. Who's that? We made him up. Yeah, you're fired. Okay, you. Where's Johnny Cage? We'll have him in there in a moment, sir. Good job. I like you.
All right. Well,
do you want the original from the first film, or do you want to bring in a new guy?
I want him to be whatever that dude on the video game that everyone likes is, so that we make money.
Oh, Another thing that came out is the Outerworlds franchise is being taken over by Microsoft, much to Take-Two's surprise. Now, if you're not familiar with Outerworlds, Outerworlds was made by Obsidian and Take-Two, I think. So
apparently, Microsoft said, you ain't doing nothing with this.
And they were talking about making a franchise out of it. Take-Two seemed to think that they were going to make a long-term franchise out of it, but apparently Microsoft said no, that we're going to take this. Which, being that they haven't done anything with it in like the year it's been out now.
I mean, do you know how much stuff came out for Borderlands in a year? For fun, heck, Cyberpunk is put some stuff out, but they did one very small DLC, like really small. I don't even know if it was 8 hours. Like, it was really small.
Well, the thing is Outerworlds had so much potential. And it was completely wasted and squandered away. Half the stuff that they promised didn't really show up in the game. It had some of the elements that we were looking for, but it was, in the end, it felt like an incomplete game. Then they promised all this DLC to expand the universe. We got jack shit as far as expansions goes. I mean, you got like an extra story, couple of quests, stuff like that. Nothing really expanding on this universe that already had a bunch of holes in it that were that needed to be filled to even feel whole. So hopefully with Microsoft pulling it in and taking it over, that they can do something more with this game, because I was looking forward to it. I was very disappointed with it, and would love to see them actually be able to expand on it and make this universe fun, because it is up my alley. It is right up my alley. Like the humor, the sci-fi open world, definitely my style. So I'm definitely hoping to see Microsoft and Oblivion try to do something with this.
Oblivion or Obsidian?
Sorry,
okay.
Obsidian.
Yeah, you pulled mine, so you did.
I did. I pulled the U. I pulled the U.
My only comment is that, like he said, because he played through the whole game, I didn't even finish. I mean, it was because of the issue. For people who are vetted from the show, I had a quest not be able to be completed correctly, and I did not want to start over.
Yeah.
My intention was to come back to the game and start over after they added several DLC, which means I haven't completed the game because they only added one little piece of DLC that, when I went and checked it, added almost no new weapons, like very little actual meat on the bone. So now
I was wanting them to extend the levels because I was really annoyed.
More planets,
with
maybe?
The level cap.
Oh yeah, they needed. Did they not raise it?
I don't think
they did. It wasn't significant. But the biggest thing too is that there were so many planets that you could literally see that you couldn't go to.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna leave it on this. They lost all their momentum though. Like, that's why Microsoft needs to come in, is because I forgot about this game until you pulled this up. When it first popped up and said Outer Worlds, I was like, what's that? I had to stop and remember the game that it was about. They let this get so dead in the water. I mean, the best way to put it is when they put out the DLC, it caused almost no buzz.
It caused no buzz.
No buzz. Did you even know there was DLC for Outer Worlds? You probably didn't unless you saw our episode, and we talked about it for like only a couple of minutes. It caused no buzz. They let this die. And then they're talking about a franchise. I'm like, that's not a good idea for a game that you already didn't support the first time correctly. I won't mention Outriders.
Yeah, I won't mention Outriders, except I just mentioned Outriders. Anyway.
Hey, if you want it, it's on sale. 25% off.
All right. So next game that we're looking to pick up, we'll go into this. This will be our last bit for today, and that is the Ascent, new shooter RPG that is coming to Xbox and PC. I think it will also be on the Game Pass, so we will definitely try it out, see how it is. It is group play, maybe this time.
Well, I'm assuming it's multiplayer. It kept showing multiple people on it, looking like multiple people were playing. It would be weird if it isn't, because the way they showed it, it kept looking, like said about teaming up and everything. So we're assuming it. But it's a shooter RPG. It's like somebody made a shooter Diablo.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we're gonna try this out. Maybe we can all actually get into a game together for once, instead instead of the craziness of not being able to play together because of bugs.
It says a maximum of 4 players.
Yeah.
We don't have a 4th, so it's going to be us 3.
Well, maybe we can pull a rando in. I don't know. Maybe Blood Axe's son will join us.
Teddy Sprinkle
says he'll play.
Awesome.
So.
Hey, we'll be happy to have a 4th, man. But so we'll actually hopefully get a gameplay where you get to hear the entire crew, and it will not be for children.
Yeah. Outside of that, we're I know me and Q are looking forward to Biomutant that's coming out soon.
Monday.
But that's single player, so we'll just be
They say the hardest thing to
up.
play is the Psy Freak, so I am going to, of course, do it because pain is what I live for.
Oh, great, Teddy. I mean, you got a PC, right? I mean, I don't know if it's crossplay or not. It's no telling.
The main thing I heard about was Xbox, but is it coming out on
I mean, it says Windows and Xbox.
There's a good. Then it'll be out on PC. I don't know if it'll be crossplay.
Yeah, and that's what I just said, man. That's exactly what I said. All right, guys.
You want to come at me, bro? Huh? You want to fight about it?
Be sure to check out our YouTube channel. We like Blood Axe had mentioned earlier. We just had another interview that turned out really well. Alan Dean Foster, he's a writer. He's done Star Wars, Star Trek, Aliens. I mean, if you're into sci-fi, definitely an interview to check out. It was really fun.
It's like getting to talk to a sci-fi guru. It was quite fun.
He gives us some info on the Disney, right? This Disney.
And so it's got a new. He told us about some interesting for people that wonder what things are like behind the scenes. He's got the director should have shot you coming out. It sounds like fun. I need to take a look at that.
Talked about Riddick and.
Oh yeah, dude, Riddick is awesome. Like he's worked on a lot of great projects, and you get to hear some interesting stories. And his way he approached it, which I thought was pretty cool. He actually traveled the world and like looked into different cultures. So awesome interview. Arranged for us, of course, by the Mr. Blood Axe, because if there's anybody that can track a guy down, Blood Axe will track you down. Dang it.
And Blood Axe he's got the full video out already on our YouTube channel. He's also breaking it down into some smaller videos. If you don't have that full hour to watch the whole thing, you can watch what you're interested in once he breaks it down. So you can keep an eye out for that. As always, be sure to check out our website. We have links everywhere we can be found online there. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, obviously live show every Sunday at 3:30 Central Time. Be sure to check that out.
What about OnlyFans? Are we doing that? Or are we?
Not yet.
Okay.
Anybody who is interested in us starting up an OnlyFans account, let us know. Sign up for our Patreon and put it in the comments. And maybe, who knows? We can pop it like it's hot.
That's what you can do when you have a reputation, but nobody trusts Disney. Did Disney tell you something, you're going to immediately go, let me go check that. Or I'm sorry, I shouldn't say them in particular. Large corporations that have not fostered a trustworthy reputation, you don't immediately believe what they say. They don't have your trust. You doubt them, you double check them. When a movie comes out from these big companies, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you were going to be quick. Remember, I just wanted to remind you.
Yeah, I'm done.